Good morning, Rumble Studios. Good morning, Rumble Studios. Good morning, Rumble Studios on this 03.25.2026. Current time is 05:53 a.m. Eastern Time here in upstate New York, the southern tier of upstate New York, where I live and reside. Rich Roberts at Fireman Rich here on Rumble using Rumble Studios, broadcasting out to Rumble with three people, one person on locals, nobody on YouTube yet, and one person on Twitch starting out. You can follow me over or check out what I'm doing during the course of the day or what I'm up to on these interwebs by checking out my X page, formerly known as Twitter, at Fireman Rich. At Fireman Rich. That's where I'm at on Twitter or X, and um, all those other fine and good social media platforms that I'm on. And there's a lot of other ones I post, not consistently, but I post things like this broadcast. I post over there. The link just got done posting that just before coming up, and it starting this live stream. And but just you can just Google at Fireman Rich, and we are on Spotify. We repurpose this audio over on Spotify, at Fireman Rich on Spotify, at Fireman Rich on Spotify, and we are very thankful and appreciate those listens over there on Spotify, using Spotify for Creators, at Fireman Rich on Spotify, at Fireman Rich on Spotify. And we usually get average about anywhere between 6 and 10 listens a day, or on a broadcast averaging and stuff. And to me, that's great as far as that goes. I really, there's somebody listening, right? But we are getting our day started here on this Wednesday hump day, where we're halfway through the week, working towards the weekend, and I have the morning coffee here, which I'm sucking it down. It's tasted mighty fine here this morning. Good stuff. Good stuff. But I hope everybody's having a good weekend. as far as that goes. A good day yesterday, Tuesday. I had a pretty decent day. I had the house most to myself in the morning. The missus went out shopping with her sister, her older sister, and so I got to, I'm not used to that. But it was okay, I guess. The weather was pretty nice yesterday, but so I ended up getting, after doing, we did the Mixcloud broadcast yesterday, which we had fun. We'll be talking about that here in a little bit about what the playlist was this week. We do that every other week, or yeah, every other week, yeah. And so that was the last one for this month. And we also did a live stream yesterday afternoon on Lord of the Rings Online, which I hadn't done one in about a week and a couple days. But that's our seventh Lotro, and that's the most I think I've ever done. I usually do like one or two or three. But my goal starting last month was to do at least five. We got five. One, two, three, four. Before the first half of the month. So I've got seven now. So I could possibly get might get, I don't know if I get three more in, but let's see, it's one, two, three, four, five, six, yeah, seven. I might get eight or nine maybe in, maybe eight, at least eight. Do one more as far as that goes. And we had good continuing our timeline that we on. We had a new follower yesterday, and I was on her broadcast last night, and that was Mama Panic on Twitch. Very nice individual there, and we wished her a happy birthday last night. She was playing Lotro last night, doing the Summerfest, that's the current festival that's going on there as far as running around doing all these quests and stuff like that. But so doing the Lord of the Rings was good, and we're a little bit more stable than we were last week because I don't have any urges to use the new Rumble beta canvas and stuff. We're on the legacy canvas right here now, which worked out pretty good. And during the game, the live stream game there of Lotro, I used the Rumble RTMP, but the screen was whited out, but it still worked. I still had visual on my other devices here to monitor. We only go to three channels when I game. That's Rumble, Twitch, and YouTube. And I do the Rumble RTMP because that brings it out in 1080p. Now the Rumble beta canvas, new beta canvas, that's supposed to come out. You're supposed to give you a 1080p. And I think I did game. Was it last Tuesday? PUBG Battlegrounds with it. That's the one game I did, and it worked. That worked out pretty good for that. But last Monday and Wednesday when we used it for the morning broadcast, it sort of crapped out on us. So I just sort of put that off to the side as far as that goes. So, but we're off and running this morning to get this day going. Hashtag positive start to the day. Hashtag PSTDD. And see what the day brings today as far as that goes. And I didn't get a walk in yesterday. We had a dusting of snow. It was cold, so I ended up riding a bicycle yesterday. Probably get a walk in today because the weather might be a little bit nicer. Because this morning it's just as cold as yesterday. Winter is still got its grips on us and stuff, even though it is spring. Current temperature here in the southern tier of upstate New York is 27 degrees Fahrenheit, and that gives us a negative 27 Celsius, which I don't really care for. We're at the top of the hour right now, 6 o'clock. Bing, bing. 6 a.m. right now. But we're at 27 degrees Fahrenheit, negative 2.7 degrees Celsius. And it was a nice day. We got up in the 40s and stuff yesterday. The sun was shining. So, dried things out. We got a little rain coming up this Thursday. When's that? Thursday evening? Yeah, going into Thursday evening. But today we have, let's see. We have generally cloudy day, warmer, high of 55 degrees Fahrenheit. Woohoo! I mean, there's no snow out there now. lingering. We did have a dusting of snow yesterday, but it was all melted by the afternoon. Winds out of the south by southeast at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Sun will be rising this morning at 7:01 a.m. and that's it's 6:01 a.m. right now, so it's in 1 hour. Bing, 1 hour. The sun will be rising at 7:01 a.m. here in the southern tier of upstate New York, where I live and reside, and be setting at 7:23 p.m. Eastern time later this evening, which is good. The days are getting longer. They're getting longer. Spring is taking a hold, folks. I see the flowers are starting to come up from the ground. So, and let's see, our world times and temperatures starting in Honolulu, Hawaii at 12:01 a.m. 1 minute into today. Cloudy skies with a little clearing, 72 degrees Fahrenheit. In Phoenix, Arizona, it's at 3:01 a.m. Clear skies in Phoenix, 70 degrees Fahrenheit. In Chicago, Illinois, at 5:02 a.m. Did I say it's 3:02 a.m. in Phoenix? I'm not sure if I said p.m. I'll have to listen to it on the replay. But at 5:02 a.m., Chicago, Illinois, the Windy City, 43 degrees Fahrenheit, cloudy skies in Chicago. In the concrete jungle of New York City at 6:02 a.m., clear skies in New York. In New York City, 39 degrees Fahrenheit as far as that goes. Crossing the pond, the Atlantic Ocean at 10:02 a.m. Let's see. They haven't turned their clocks back yet. It's only 4 hours to London, so they haven't turned their clocks ahead or in Europe. 10:02 a.m. in London, UK. Raining in the UK, 45 degrees Fahrenheit. And in Milan, Italia, they're still drinking their cappuccino in the morning there at 11:03 a.m. Sunny and clear in Milan, a beautiful city, 59 degrees Fahrenheit. Skipping over to Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, at 6:03 p.m. Sunny and clear in Kuala Lumpur, 91 degrees Fahrenheit, getting a little warm there. Over the skies of Tokyo, Japan, at 7:03 p.m. in their evening. It's raining in Tokyo, 54 degrees Fahrenheit. And down under on the great continent, great country of Australia, and great friends and allies Australia is to the United States. In Melbourne at 9:03 p.m., cloudy skies, 66 degrees Fahrenheit. And in Sydney, Australia at, there's my stomach. I gotta get some breakfast. I don't know if you heard that. Did you hear that? I heard it. It's like, but in Sydney, Australia, it's at 9:03 p.m. Cloudy skies with a little clearing, 73 degrees Fahrenheit. And those are our world times and temperatures as I speak. And we do have a thought for the day, and it's from a founding father. And I saw a commercial last night. We watched our show last night, me and the missus, The Best Medicine on Fox, and it's a good show. It's on Tuesday nights at 8, and I don't usually talk about the programs I do watch, but if I mention it here, that means I really enjoy it, and it's a good 1 hour comedy. I don't know. I guess it could be a comedy, but it's got serious moments. It's a good. It's a well-rounded. It's about a little village, fishing village of some sorts up there in Maine, and it's pretty cool. Best medicine, yeah, something like that. Let's see. The thought for today comes from a gentleman that is a founding father of the United States. But I was getting back to the show. During that show, there was a commercial on about there's going to be it's about him and another founding father. I can't remember who, but this founding father for our thought for the day is Ben Franklin. And Ben Franklin was an American polymath, and we've seen that before. Leonardo da Vinci was a polymath, and that it sort of indicates you're an individual that is versed in many areas, such as for Ben Franklin, he was a writer, scientist, inventor, statesman, diplomat, he was our ambassador, I think, to France during the Revolution. Printer, publisher, political philosopher, and the science. He's the one that discovered electricity here, I guess, and with the kite and the key tied to the wire that was coming down from the kite. But he was a founding father of the United States of America. He helped draft the Declaration of Independence, and he's one of the signers and the first postmaster general of these here United States. And his quote and our thought for today, I think we've used this one before, and it goes, I didn't fail the test. I just found 100 ways to do it wrong. Let me read that again. I didn't fail the test. I just found 100 ways to do it wrong. Ben Franklin. I think Thomas Edison has a version of that. He says, I just tried one. I didn't fail. I just found 1,000 1,000 elements that don't work. He just kept on going and stuff. So, but Ben Franklin's quote, it emphasizes that failure is not a permanent defeat, but a necessary learning process. And I guess that goes to show that I finally won a chess game Monday, and I got a chess game today at for chess club at the local library. I was on a three game losing streak, and I won this past Monday. Which this one applies. You play chess, you're going to lose some games. So, but eventually you're going to win, and this runs parallel to this. But it does emphasize that failure is not a permanent defeat, but a necessary learning process. You learn from your failures. It means that mistakes provide valuable feedback showing what does not work, and in my case, what move not to do and what move to do, which that narrows down the options to find the correct, successful approach. It promotes persistence, growth of mindset, and reframing setbacks as progress. So don't necessarily look at failures as a bad thing as far as that goes. So Ben Franklin's quote, I didn't fail the test. I just found 100 ways to do it wrong. A great thought for the day. Thank you, Ben Franklin, and God bless and Godspeed. We do have a national day today, and let's put that over here. Our national day today. Let's see. We have Manatee Appreciation Day. Yeah, they're. I think they're on the endangered list. I think they're down there in Florida. We have a whole day with whole grain. Yeah. National Little Red Wagon Day. Yeah, the kids. I never had a wagon when I was a kid, but I always was fascinated. This is a good one. National Medal of Honor Day. We have some Medal of Honor winners that are with us still, and there's a number of Medal of Honor. So we have to remember them. Never forget their sacrifice to this country. I like this one because I am a great fan. This is my number one author. I got to put this up here. Today is Tolkien Reading Day, so I'm gonna have to read some Tolkien. Maybe I'll get on. You know what? I have a Tolkien. I have a book here of some Tolkien writings. Let me get this out here. We got this. Maybe we'll do a page of Tolkien trivia at the end of the broadcast. So I'm going to do some readings today because it is hashtag Tolkien Reading Day, celebrated around the world on March 25th. Tolkien Reading Day, and J.R.R. Tolkien is my favorite author. After that is what's his? God, hang on. I drew a blank. Mark Twain. Geez, how can I go? I need more coffee, I guess. Yeah, Samuel Clemens. Mark Twain is my second favorite author as far as that goes. So, but J.R.R. Tolkien, of course, I play Lord of the Rings online. So, but celebrated around the world, March 25th, Tolkien Reading Day is favorite among fans of the renowned author. Let's see. Hashtag Tolkien Reading Day. J.R.R. Tolkien, who was with us from January 3rd, 1892, when he was born, till September 2nd of 1973, was an English writer, poet, um, and university professor. He was best known for the author of the classic works The Hobbit, The Lord of the Rings, and the Silmarillion. Silmarillion is that was a tough read, as well as Rovendun and Farmer Gills of Ham. Farmer Gills of Ham was a good read. However, he published more than 30 books, and several of them after his death, I guess. The author has sold more than 150 million copies of Lord of the Rings trilogy, and the number continues to grow. The day encourages readers of all ages to explore the writings of J.R.R. Tolkien and learn more about the author. With over 30 published works, he had a lot to say, and not just about hobbits, though many were medieval order. So, can you doodle like Tolkien? Check out video below. Okay, there's a video with he was an avid crossword puzzleist. Okay, that's interesting. This isn't written by Tolkien. This is written by this is put together by William Mackay, Tolkien trivia. So it's trivia about J.R.R. Tolkien, and let's just do one. Not longer after J.R.R.'s Tolkien's fourth birthday, something happened that changed his life. What was it? And where are the answers to this? Oh, here's the answers. Okay, on the next page. On February 15th, 1896, while the rest of the family was in England, author Tolkien died in. How did he die? Tolkien's widow, mother. Oh, it was his father. His father died. It just decided to return to Africa, and she moved the family to the Birmingham area in the West Midfields. Decided not to return to Africa, and so she moved. Okay, so that was his fourth birthday. That's when his father passed away. So we'll be reading a little bit about that. So I'll keep this book right here. And we have Tina, our Jersey girl, is here. And how are we doing, Tina? How are you doing? Did you see the doctor yesterday? Good morning to you from Central New Jersey. And Tina is letting us know that the weather down there, 53 degrees Fahrenheit for the high, 34 for the low, and cloudy down there in Central New Jersey. Yes, New Jersey. And wow, no, you're not. You're here. You're not late. You're never late. You just get here. There's no clock to check in, so you're not late. I started early. You're not here. That's all right. But glad to have you here. I hope you're feeling better. For our viewers that are watching here, Tina is a regular participant in the viewer here from Twitch, and she hasn't been feeling well these last few days, this past weekend. So hopefully she is doing better, and we hope she is well. And don't. I guess I used to do that at work. I'm never late. I'm just here. I just got here a little later. Let's see. The water builds in my chest. Oh, instead of the water builds in my chest instead of. Oh, is that what they found out? So that's what's causing you the illness and stuff like that. So, but just to finish this, so the National Day today, again, my favorite author. It's hashtag national. It's Tolkien Reading Day, which is a good day. So, so yes, okay. So that's what caused the illness is the water. Okay, so you got to take Now that's not in your lungs, is it? Because that's up in the chest. Is that in the lungs? Hopefully you don't have water in your lungs. I don't think that's a good thing. I remember that from my emergency services days, I guess, as far as an EMT and a first responder. You don't want to have water in your chest, I guess. That's a that causes a um, some not not good for you. Not good for you at all. Around the it's around the heart. Okay, so you got I take it you got medicine, stuff like that. But do you feel better after seeing a doctor? And then do you feel better today than you did the last couple days? Because if you're feeling better, that shows there's a progress, I guess. So again, I'm not a doctor. I'm just asking how our Jersey girl Tina is feeling and stuff like that. So I don't want I got a bunch of disclaimers here. These days, when you live stream, you have to give the disclaimers because the people that watch and I don't want to call them trolls, but if they do bad stuff, they're trolls, as far as that goes. Uh, and Tina says they can fix it, and she's laughing at the disclaimer because I give a whole list of disclaimers when we do the second half of the broadcast and stuff. It's just being on the safe side, because I joke about it and, it's fun to joke about it, but it's there for a purpose because I can just say, what are you talking about? I have nothing to do with the news. I'm not even I'm not even an amateur journalist. I just give you my views of things. And they're not well, I guess they borderline on my opinions and stuff, but Tina's laughing at that. But it's good to have you here, Tina. Getting the Wednesday going here and stuff. And let's see. So that's our National Day today. And let's see what else we got here. Oh, let's see. Yesterday we did the Mixcloud broadcast, and let me see if I bring that up here. Mixcloud broadcast. I'm going to bring that up. I'll bring up give this the shameless plug. I like doing it. I don't get much traction on it or whatever, but I do enjoy it. It gives me a break. I ended up sleeping in a little bit. I guess on Tuesdays I get an extra because I don't rush out and do this. I used to get up right as early as I do with this broadcast to get it done, but I don't. I just I sort of just get lazy in the morning, I guess, on Tuesdays. And Thursdays the same way when I do, well, even when I do the audio, because it's every other week for the Mixcloud. So next week will be, this Thursday we do an audio podcast. And then the next Tuesday and Thursday is Fireman Rich audio podcast at Fireman Rich on audio, Spotify, at Fireman Rich on Spotify. But yesterday we did do the Mixcloud broadcast. And let me bring up my Mixcloud. There's the Mixcloud channel right there. And that is mixcloud.com / Richard M. Roberts. Okay. And you can see from the program, I've got several off to the left here. It gives me a little bio. And if you go over in here on the left, the very first, this one right here is to my original channel. It has 212 shows as far as that goes. And here we go with the anime guy again. Let's see. Hang on for a minute, folks. Oh, let's see what we got here. Okay, we took care of that guy. Okay. Let me write that down here for a minute. This is over on the Rumble side. If a person comes into your broadcast and they just put a word, I had individuals will do that to try and get you going and stuff. You get blocked. I don't waste time with that. I just you're more or less a mosquito is more annoying. I just let me just make a note of this. So I do some follow up later. Because I'm not here to. And this is my broadcast. It's not. It's not the person making a comment. We got a comment over on the Rumble side. I had to do some admin work there. So let's see. But let's see. Here's the Tioga Radio Show, and this is a show we did yesterday for 24 March 2026. And let's see. And as you can see, here's the show right here. You know, as far as we got our lineup, I do eight songs, and the 8 songs that I did, we had Van Halen with Top Johnny. That's a good song. Hollywood Vipers. This is a really great song. It's a remake of David Bowie's Heroes, and that's Johnny Depp's band. And Alice Cooper plays in this band too. He sings in this band. It's a great setup. That's a great song though. And then this was a new one. I think I'm not sure if I heard this one. The Answer with Come Follow Me. Then Georgia Satellites with Battleship Chains. Foo Fighters with Waiting on War. Twisted Sisters, The Kids Are Back. Genesis, and I think that's without Phil Collins, this Genesis song, Congo. And then finishing up one of my favorite groups, Men at Work, Be Good Johnny. And that's over on Mixcloud. And at mixcloud.com/Richard Roberts. It's about, how long is this one? This one's 38 minutes and 48 seconds, where I present 8 songs, and it's all about the music over there. As far as I've been doing this for a number of years, I give a shout out to the person that got me started on Mixcloud years back, Bill Elders. And I haven't seen or heard from him in years, but I do wish him well as far as that goes. So, and that was fun. That was fun doing that as far as that goes. So, and let's see. We got to clean up on aisle 6 on the Twitch side here now. Let me take care of this here. See, that's a bot. And that last thing on Rumble there, I don't know if that was a bot, but that was the same individual that was here, and I just gave him a 24 timeout. But this time with the same comment, they get the axe, they get the boot, they get the proverbial boot. Don't have time for that crap. And that's what broadcasters will do. They have tools to mitigate and take care of the crap and stuff, and it doesn't bother me. It's actually funny. Oh, okay, you get like 10 seconds of me mentioning about it, and I just move on. I don't get excited about it. Let's see what else. Okay, we got one more thing we have to do, and that's deny that. I don't think you saw what popped up in the on the Twitch anyway. It's one of those if you want viewers or something like that. So it's like, get out of here. Go chase somebody else's tail. So let's see what we got here. Let's see. All right. We're going to do, I guess we can get ready for 100 years ago. I think we're moving right along. So let's set up for that. I don't have it set up. Okay, let me see. Let me get this. I got the page up, but let's see. This is for the 23rd Monday. So let's go ahead and. No. Hang on, girl. As soon as you hit it, it starts going and stuff like that. So we got that there. Okay, let me set up this one. I've got to. Okay, go get coffee, Tina. When you get back, we'll have. When you get back, I'll start 100 years ago. I'm just setting it up right now, so we can hold tight. So get your coffee, and we'll start the 100 years ago, and I'll just. Okay, yeah, go get your coffee, girl. I should get some. No, I got to get coffee. I'll get coffee right after this. We'll take a little break, I guess, after we do the. We'll do the history and the sports, I guess. Let's see. Let me see. I forgot to set this up, and let's see. 100 years ago, and we're doing it for the 23rd, and. Okay. All right, we got it set up. Let me look at the verbiage here. Let's see. Let's see. We had a fire. Um, we have a woman complaining. Some children caught stealing some stuff, and the police making a raid. So that gives you a preview of what we got going here for 100 years ago. So let's see. There's that. We'll share that tab, and Tina should be getting back here in a minute, and we'll go ahead and um, let's see. Did we take care of that? Yeah, we took care of that. Okay. So we'll. Okay, she's okay. Oh, she said okay. As far as we're waiting for Tina to come back on the Twitch side here. So and then we're going to do the sports. I got the sports. I got to remember to do it. I keep on forgetting about the sports when I do the broadcast. Um, it's right at the tail end of the tabs here and stuff. And so we'll do the history and then we'll do the sports. And okay, you got it. Okay, no problem then. Glad to have you back. We're going to go ahead and do 100 years. Tina's back. She's got her coffee so she can enjoy Roger Luther. That's not Roger Luther's. That's a young lady. She's an anchor on Fox 40, which is there in Vestal, New York. It's a Fox affiliate, and they have this thing every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. They put out the 100 years ago, and we usually get the one the day before whatever broadcast we're on for the Monday, Wednesday, because they'll have a Wednesday one tonight that we'll see or listen to and see on Friday. But Roger Luther is the historian for Broome County, which is the next county over from the county I live in, Tioga, and he talks about some things here that went on 100 years ago here in the southern tier of upstate New York, and I present it. And just full disclosure, I have no affiliation with Fox 40, and as far as that goes, so I don't work there. I'm just a consumer of their product, and I do enjoy it. And I present it here to give an overview of my particular area here in the southern tier of upstate New York, as far as that goes. So let's give this a listen.
One of the worst fires in Binghamton history. Broome County historian Roger Luther explains this story and more in tonight's 100 Years Ago Today, brought to you by AVRE.
100 years ago today, one of the worst fires in years broke out in the basement of the Binghamton Eagles clubhouse on Washington Street early this morning. Fire spread fast and destroyed the upper floors of the building before it was finally put out. Binghamton's chief of police reported today that he has received several calls lately from women of this city complaining that their husbands and sons are going to places where gambling is permitted. A Murray Street mother of 3 children was caught by police yesterday stealing coal from the railroad yards. She pleaded guilty to taking 40 cents worth of coal and was sentenced to 15 days in the Broome County Jail. And finally, police raided an establishment at Sherman Place Saturday night, arrested the proprietor for operating a disorderly house. That was the news, March 23rd, 1926.
Oh my God, I'm searching something right now. Let's see, what was 40 cents worth? 40 cents in 1926. 26 worth in 2026. And it was $7.35 of coal that she stole by today's oh my Lord, we just don't we don't have the kids to contend with. So the mother, she stole the coal. It was worth it was 40 cents. That's $7 and yeah, $7 and and 35 cents. It represents a cumulative inflation increase of 1,737.58% over the 100-year period. This means that that means that prices are roughly 18.5 times higher than they were in 1926. I always like to try and do that comparison because it's like it's just fascinating and stuff like that. The mother was caught. She probably if she's stealing coal, she probably needed it, because that's not during was that during the Depression? When was the Depression? Depression. When was the Depression in USA? Now, the Depression came in after that. It was 1929 to 1939. Okay, Tina says she likes the first she said wow. Oh yeah, disorderly house. Yeah, disorderly house. But wow.
Good morning, everybody.
Okay, good morning. How you slip? It's just like the missus says good morning, Tina. And she says, yes, I like the comparisons as far as that goes. Thank you, Tina. Tina says good morning. I just express that. We had a little rough night. We went to bed last night, and then the power went out just after we could it was just starting to nod off, and then all the you could tell the power went off because we heard the neighbors' generators and stuff like that, and it came back on an hour later and stuff. But yeah, so 100 years ago, the mother probably needed the coal. It's just like as far as that goes. Okay, you get that. Yeah, you can hear it. So I just sort of make that verbal because of our listeners over on Spotify, at Fireman Rich on Spotify, at Fireman Rich on Spotify. But what else did we have? We had a big fire, though. Let's see. Worst fire in years broke out in the basement of Binghamton's Eagles Clubhouse on Washington Street. I don't think that's there anymore. The fire spread fast, and it probably spread fast because they were wooden structures back then in the building before it was finally put out. So there was didn't say any loss of life. So that's a good thing right there. As a firefighter, I'm always looking at that. And then you had didn't we have this one before? The women shouting and yelling, and the police received the calls. On this case, the women are complaining that their husbands and sons are going to places where gambling is permitted. Jeez, that was outlawed too. They just gambling and drinking and stuff. And then, speaking of drinking, you finally had a police raid an establishment at Sherman Place. Where was Sherman's Place? What was that, in Binghamton? It was a Saturday night, and arrested the proprietor for operating that's what you're laughing. The disorderly house. I think is that a house of ill repute, as they would say. It's just like that was the hot news 100 years ago as far as that goes. And what the hell do we have here? Oh, it does work. I get X when I get some Bluetooth on. I get the X notifications here. So let's see, who's this? Questad. He liked the morning quote. Okay, Questad, if you're watching this, I'm not sure if you're watching this, but thank you for the like on Twitch or on X as far as that goes. So let's see what we got here. So that was 100 years ago. It's funny. It's always a riot, right, Tina? It's always a riot. It gives you a good laugh here in the morning and such. So, okay, let me bring up this, and we're going to go over the sports. And all the indoor cats have been fed. No, I'll check it. I'm going to be going on a break here. I'll check it. Don't look, because they'll be expecting food here as far as that goes. So, okay, let's put this back over on the live chat. And No, let's see. Let's put this over here on this screen. See, what I'm doing right now, I'm setting up to go get ready to go on break. And see, I would always have on the new Rumble Beta canvas, you would already have that set up. That's the difference between the legacy and the beta, because that's the one aspect I like about the thing. I'm just thinking that now I'm actually setting up for the next scene, in a manner of speaking, and it involves a lot of button pushing here and stuff like that. So let's see, let's bring up the banner again. See, like that, the banner would already be up and stuff. Okay, let's see. Let's do the sports, and then we're going to go ahead and take a break here. Let's see, or no, we did history. Let's finish up the history here. History and other history for today. That's what I'm trying to say. The other history. I almost skipped over the rest of the history. That was 100 years ago, as of this past Monday, the 23rd. But in other history, we have. It's Elton John's Sir Elton John's birthday. He turned 79 today. So a happy birthday to Elton John. I love his music as far as that goes. He's always been a favorite of mine as far as Yellow Brick Road and all that. So a great recording artist. He still performs as far as that goes. How come that didn't take? Oh, there it goes. Let's see. He turned 70 years old today, growing up in London. Singer-songwriter, learned to play the piano at age 3. In his 5-decade career, Elton John has sold more than 300 million records, making him one of the best-selling music artists in the world. And me and the missus both enjoy his music as far as that goes. So, and let's see. In other history for today, let's see. In 421, fairy tale city of art and trade, Venetia was founded in the island of Rialto. Venetia, Venice. It was founded as a city in 421 A.D. We've been there, both me and the missus, when we lived in Italy. When I went to Italy, back to Italy the second time, um, we visited Venice. You liked Venice, didn't you?
No,
You didn't like it? Why? Oh,
stinky.
that's right. The canals. She didn't like the canals. Stink. They can stink, folks. I've been there when they don't, but most of the time they do. The canals, the pictures, they look very.
Like I don't know. I just
Okay, I love the place because the architecture. When I was there the first time, we used to go down there, and Tina says she visited too. Did you? I'm sure you like, but you know what I'm talking about. The canals, right? They can go. Oh man, they don't smell too good. I like the city. We when I was there the first time, if we didn't have nothing else to do, we'd take a train down to. Tina says yes to that. They do stink. We were.
old wet city.
What's that?
It's an old wet city.
Yeah,
so.
it can get wet. I mean,
Well,
when.
no, I mean everything's right there on the canal.
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah. It's sinking too. It's sinking. But my first assignment in was it 78 and 79, when we didn't have nothing else to do, we hop a train. It's about a 30-minute train ride from the base, Aviano Air Base, and we just roam around Venice, hitting the cafes, and we'd always go to St. Mark's Square. St. Mark's Square was our favorite, and the first trip we went down, I think we went more than one. We only went once, right?
once, 'cause we had firstborn was what?
Yeah,
About a year old.
yeah. We had our,
Yeah.
but we only went. I only went once, but when my first time there, 78, 79, I must have went there at least a dozen times. The first time I went there, we missed it. Huh?
I didn't think you ever been there.
Oh yeah, the first time I was there.
Oh.
When I first in the service, we used to go down. The first time I went to Venice, we missed our train. We had to wait.
That's where you slept. Okay.
Yeah, I slept in. We had a 5-hour wait. We missed the last train out to go back to the base. We were late for work, and So we're just sitting there on the steps of the train station. I saw this empty phone booth. I went in the phone booth to sleep. It was a little bit warmer. It was cool. So, but the second time we only went once because it's a little bit of a a little bit of a chore when you have a young one and stuff like that tagging along. But she got a chance to see it, and I like Venice. Venice is a nice town and stuff like that with the canals. Once you get past the smell. No, actually, I went there a second time because my father came over, and my sister was stationed in Germany, and we went to Venice, and we took the boat from Venice over to, I forget the island where they do the
Murano? Do they make the Murano glass?
what was it?
Murano?
Oh, Milano glass. Yeah, the island where they make the Milano glass. Those the glass blowers. My father wanted to see that, and he wanted to buy some stuff there. And so I did go a second time when I was there, when me and the missus were living there. So, and I never went to that island the first time. We'd always tried to always be carousing in Venice and stuff like that with the other firefighters I worked with. So, some good memories. Venice is you have to go see it, and as far as that goes. And Tina says we took a boat to see fireworks on the water. Right? Okay. I wanted to, when we were there, me and the missus in Italy, and that was from 86, 87, 88, 89, 90 to 90, 91, I guess. We lived there. We came back once after 2 years. Pink Floyd had a concert in Venice back in the day, and that was a free concert, and that place was mobbed. I would have loved to go see that, but they were rocking there off the docks of Venetia there by St. Mark's Square. Okay, so let's see. What else have we have for history? The British Parliament in 1807 abolished the slave trade. I think we've had. Okay, 1807. In 1896, 127 years ago today, the modern Olympics began in Athens, Greece. I guess they're supposed to hold them in Los Angeles, supposedly this year or next year. Let's see. In 1965, while still in his 20s, Martin Luther King Jr. led 25,000 people to the state capitol in Montgomery, Alabama. Peaceful protest. And WikiWiki Web, the world's first wiki, was made public by Ward Cunningham in Portland back in 1995. And in 2014, a Dunkin' Donuts Baskin Robbins Community Foundation gave $1 million to put food in the backpacks of poor children to take home from school throughout America. And let's see. We got some more. And let's see, what do we have over here? We had the march there, and that's it for history there as far as that goes. Let's do the sports here, and then I'm going to go on a break. Let's see, in NBA action starting Monday night. I follow the Boston Celtics, New York Knicks, and Brooklyn Nets, and it looks like Friday the Brooklyn Nets lost. Oh, they got their butts kicked too. 134-99. The Trailblazers beat the Nets. That was the only game on Friday night. Or no, that was Monday night. I'm sorry, Monday night. Last night, the Knicks, they beat the Pelicans 121-116. There's only 4 games last night. And today, the Celtics play the Thunder today at 7:30. And the Nets play the Warriors at 10. And let's see, tomorrow the Knicks play the Hornets at 7:30. And Tina's saying, I was going to eat oatmeal and my daughter put at, oh, you can't reach it? Don't get on a chair. We don't need you falling. Don't. Get something. Get something. Get a broom to knock it out. Don't get on a chair, Tina. Yeah. Oh my! I don't need you to fall. We don't need you to fall. Okay. Oh God! You should get one of those grasping things. As far as with a clamp on it. As far as that goes. Okay. Let's see. Where are we at here? So that was NBA basketball. We do have the NCAA going. Did they have any action going on last night? Let's see. I think they're set for the Sweet 16. Yeah, okay. So Duke and Johns, they play the 27th, which is Friday. That's tomorrow. Or no, that's in 2 days, Friday. So I guess, let's see, the 27th, and 26, which is tomorrow. We're going to have Arizona and Arkansas play, Texas and Purdue to go to the Elite Eight, and St. John's and Kansas play Friday night. So down in the South, that was the East and West brackets. In the South and Midwest, you have tomorrow Iowa and Nebraska, Illinois and Houston, and then on Friday you got Michigan, Alabama. That'll be a good game, Michigan and Alabama. And then Tennessee and Iowa. It looks like the West and Midwest are Friday games, and the South and North are tomorrow. So that's NCAA basketball. And let's go to hockey, NHL. Monday night, the Rangers lost to the Senators. That's the only NHL game. Yesterday, you had the Islanders lose to the Blackhawks 4-3. The Boston Bruins lost to the Maple Leafs 4-2. What about the Sabres? Did the Sabres play? Looking down the list, nope. Sabres were off last night or Monday. Tuesday, the Rangers. No, that was Tuesday. That was yesterday. For tonight, there's 2 games. Oh, here we go. Today, Rangers and Maple Leafs at 7:30, and 2 of my teams, the Boston Bruins, will be up there in Buffalo playing the Buffalo Sabres at 7:30. I got to see if I can catch that game tonight. I always say that. For tomorrow, you have the Islanders and Stars at 7:30, and that's it. And we'll just pick it back up on Friday. Let's see. For spring training baseball, they finished up the spring training Monday. Let's see. The Yankees and Mets. Yankees lost to the Cubs 15-6. Well, they got their asses handed to them. And the Mets did not play. Spring training yesterday, you had the Yankees won against the Cubs yesterday. So they split there. And the Mets did play. Of course, tonight starts baseball. We have regular season baseball starting tonight, and there's only one game, and that's the New York Yankees playing the Giants tonight at 8 o'clock. So that's going to be in prime time. The Mets start, Tina, they start tomorrow at 1:15. They play the Pirates. I know Tina, she's a Mets fan. So as far as that goes, and I do like the Mets. I like the Yankees and Mets. Those are my 2 teams. I'm a New Yorker, and I like the New York teams. I know Mets fans don't like the Yankees, and Yankee fans don't like the Mets, but I like both of them. As far as that, I'm a little more partial to the Yankees, I guess. But the Mets, I cheer for them too. And when they play each other, when there's a Subway Series, I just say, just have a good game, and we'll see because that's baseball. So, so that's what's going on with the Yankees and Mets, and. Let's see, they play. Oh, I guess they play the Giants again Friday. So they're out in California. And then do the Mets play Friday? No. We'll go into the weekend on Friday's morning coffee there. Let's see. We do have there's no soccer or what they call football over in Europe. Manchester City is and all the other teams are. I'm a Manchester City fan. It looks like they're taking a break because the next Manchester City fan. They have a game, Manchester City and Crystal Palace, that was postponed. So they did play this last Sunday, which I already talked about this on Monday. They won 2-0 against Arsenal, and they don't have I guess it's in April. The next game they play is the quarterfinals in the FAA Cup, and then they play Chelsea. That's April 4th and then April 12th. So it's not until we get into April that we have the basketball, soccer resumes in the Premier League. So there we have it. We're right at 1 hour. Good. We got that all in. We got the first half of the broadcast in. So I'm going to go ahead and take a little break because we do have. I'm almost out of coffee here. So let's go ahead and let's see. We got this set for the break. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and take a break, and you guys just hang loose, and we will be right back. I'm going to get some more coffee here. Tina, if you have to go, I know you go after the first hour here, so to catch up with Hal and Hal Massa and the company there, and as far as that goes, and but if you do go, have a great day and do get better, and don't get on that chair to get that oatmeal. Use a broom handle to knock it out of the shelf. It says, okay, I guess I'll visit Hal on TikTok. Okay, he's on TikTok. And she says, thanks. And she's laughing at, yeah, don't get on a chair, please. I don't even get on chairs anymore. I used to do it at work. I used to always get my butt chewed out and stuff. Yeah. All right, folks, I'm going to go ahead and take a break, and we will be right back after I get some more coffee here. Because we are done. I got to get a second cup here for the second half, and we'll go over some local area news to see what's going on here in the southern tier of upstate New York. So just hang loose for a couple minutes, and we will be right back. Tina says I'm too short. Tina, I don't think Tina's there. So I think she went off to TikTok to see Hal. He's on. Yeah, Hal Massa. He's a broadcaster that broadcasts from Michigan. He's actually on the air with radio program there. He does the traffic report and weather from his basement that they broadcast. He ends up sending it into the local radio station there. He's on air with them in his own studio down in his basement, and he airs it on Twitch. Or no, he's on TikTok. He starts off Facebook, TikTok, Twitch, and then YouTube. He's on. He goes for 2 hours, but he's on every 30 minutes or something like that. And who's this over here? This is okay. Jim Figerty. He's another that's Liam over there in Ireland. Jim Figerty, JimFigerty. I always give those two gentlemen a good plug because they're good guys. They're straight up guys. As far as that goes, I'm just laughing at Tina. I guess when she left, she's trying to get the oatmeal from her shelf, and says, "I'm short." It's like, well, use that broomstick to knock it out. But Rich Roberts here for the Wednesday morning coffee for 03.25.2026 at Rumble video broadcast, and we're on the second half of the broadcast here. I've got my second cup of coffee here. Tasting just as good as the first cup, and we are getting our day started here, and so a little longer than normal on the break there, probably an extra minute or two. We have indoor cats we feed, and then the outdoor cats. There's 2 outdoor cats that we feed, and we've grown to like them and stuff like that. Over the year, they made it through the winter, so I guess the game plan is going to be maybe to it's going to be a little heartbreaking, but to capture them, take them to a shelter, and then try and find them a new home as far as that goes. And I think we tried it last year, but this is last summer, but this is when we just started getting used to us. And the mother I can pet, and then she had one kitten that's now a young adult kitten now. And that one I tried, and it just stayed away. It was very skittish. Now it's starting to get there. So I guess that's going to be the game plan this spring going into the summer. And, we do that. I just know back of my head we'll miss them, but it's for their best interest and stuff there, I guess, a long haul as far as that goes. But I got to reacquired the confidence in the little one, and to where I can pet it now and stuff. It's not running away from me anymore and stuff like that. So I just can't nab it now because it's just, I don't know, you got to set up an appointment and all this other gobbledygook and stuff like that at the local shelter and stuff. But I left my number a number of times saying, give me a call when you guys are ready to, because they always have there's always cats at the shelter as far as that goes. So, and last year we could have brought them in at certain times, but we just did, it's just a matter of trying to, the outdoor cats are on their own schedule, and so to speak. But anyway, we are on the second half of the broadcast here, and we're going to be looking at some web pages that to sort of highlight the local area here. I'm not going to show any garbage news as far as what's going on world, nationally, or local here. That's the bad stuff. I try and show the positive aspects of the southern tier of upstate New York. Or also there's a concern. We did have an article we went over. It was breaking this past Monday. The aircraft that crashed there at Newark. They were landing, and they crashed into a fire truck. And the fire truck, it was an actual crash truck. It was an actual fire truck. It's sort of similar to the one I would drive. I drove while I was in the Air Force, and was a crew chief in charge of, and I drove one in a matter of my employment outside in the civilian world here when I got out of the Air Force. It's called an aircraft rescue firefighting vehicle, and carries 1,000+ gallons of water and a couple hundred gallons of AFFF to fight aircraft fires and stuff like that. But they were out on the active taxiway or active runway when they shouldn't have been and stuff. And there was it's all going to boil down to it was human error. It was just not one person's mistake. It was a whole bunch of. They sort of look at it when you have an aircraft incident. It's sort of like when I was in the Air Force, the safety office there. They got I can't remember the guy's name, but they had an analogy. Now, this is Air Force wide, and I guess you can even put it in industrial. You got a block of Swiss cheese, and sometimes the holes of the Swiss cheese goes all the way through. That's when you have an incident, because all the parameters line up just perfectly for that accident to happen. You have mechanical, you got human factor. You got the natural elements, and you got these various holes for those different elements. And when you can keep one of them away, then you have safety is good. But when they all start lining up, that Swiss cheese, and I don't think you ever find a chunk of Swiss cheese where the hole goes all the way through. But if you slice it up and you move those slices together, you're going to eventually have a hole that goes all the way through. Then you have an accident. That was a way of how they expressed an incident happened back in my Air Force days. And I've always remembered that. So there was, it's just not one factor when you have an aircraft. But, that's not, that, I don't call that. Well, it's the news that we get force fed and stuff like that every day and stuff like that. We get bombarded from the so-called mainstream media and stuff like that, which I think is not trustworthy. I'll say that I don't really trust them as far as that goes. But that's why you have to. But that's where the internet's a good thing, where you can get multiple views, and you can still decipher what the straight news is. And it's when you start getting people talking about their opinions and stuff, that's not news. If something happens, boom, we just want the facts. The old Dragnet saying there from whatever that officer's name, just the facts. Don't need any extra side crap and stuff like that. So, but I do show some incidents like that as far as that goes, and it's a shame that happened. So they're gonna. The pilot and co-pilot on the aircraft, I guess they took the blunt of the I guess it was one person that was thrown away, a flight attendant. She was flown, when it broke, the front of the aircraft broke open, she was thrown off into the infield and stuff like that. But there was a lot of people, it was over 40 people injured. Okay, let's see what else we have here in the news on Fox 40. We've already seen 100 years ago. And again, all these news agencies, news web pages that I'm going to, I'll name them as we go down. I have no affiliation with, okay? Make that clear. I have no affiliation. I don't work for them. I'm just looking at their articles that they present. And I consume them as far as bring them here to this broadcast to give you an idea what it's like here in the southern tier of upstate New York. And let's see, what do we have on Fox 40? Or else New York State in general and stuff like that. So we don't have anything. Let's see, what do we got on the local scene here? Anything? And there's nothing on Fox 40. So we just saw that the 100 years ago. Let's see, on WEBO, that's the radio station here in Owego, New York. And wow, we had a former fire chief pass away. Wow. Okay, let's go ahead and highlight this. Let's get rid of the scroll here, and then bring this up as far as that goes. On WEBO, we don't get too many articles, but they're talking about the passing away of a former fire chief there at Vestal Fire Department. It's a volunteer fire department. It's a good fire department. They're like, I think they have paid drivers, up here in Vestal, New York. Vestal's so let's see what we got here. Let's go ahead and share this. And there's the fire chief there from Vestal, Douglas Moose Rose Sr. From the Vestal Fire Department has passed away. Former fire chief, former Chief Douglas Rose passed away Friday at the age of 66. So that must have been last Friday. Chief Rose spent more than 50 years with the department, including serving as Station 1 fire chief from 2005 to 2023. Okay, that's just 3 years ago. That's a long time. And department chief from 2008 to 2010. He also served as an Endicott police officer for 20 years. Thank you for your service, sir, before retiring in 2003. And his services will be this Saturday at Vestal United Methodist Church. So from one firefighter to another firefighter, Chief Rose, God bless and Godspeed to you, sir. And that's on WEBO. And always want to honor the fallen, even if they, it's his past. He thank you for his service. That's a long time in the fire service as far as that goes. So that's on WEBO, like I said, the radio station here, as far as that goes. And let's see, artist trustee picks new art installation. What's this about? The trustees designing a new art installation on North Ave. Okay, that's interesting. Okay. Let's see. Let's go to WENBF. That's another radio station in Binghamton. It's a pretty good radio. It's a news radio station. And let's see. They got anything? Now they're talking about McDonald's. What's this McDonald's Happy Meal? Let's see. What's that about? Everything you need to know about McDonald's new K-pop. No, we don't do the K-pop here. Forget that. Let's see. And I am not seeing anything on their articles. Let's see, nothing there. And what's this one? Let me see something here. Let's see. Can we copy that? No, we can't copy that. Okay. So there's nothing on WEBO. Let's see. Let's clear these pages out. I'm clearing the pages out as I go here. Let's see. BNG, Channel 12, CBS affiliate. What do we have over there? Oh, sorry about that. I hit the thing. Let's see. Oh, here's one. Vestal Town Court to move to the village of Johnson City.
What happened?
I don't know. Let's see. This is concerning Vestal. Vestal's on one side of the Susquehanna. Johnson City's on the other. Let's see what this one's about. It's concerning. Let me see. What's this? Talking about Vestal Community Mourns Loss of. Oh, that's the mourning and lost time. Let's see. I don't know if this video is about the fire chief we just talked about, or let's see. Let's bring this up here again. And this is over in Broome County. Okay, so let's go ahead and bring this up on the thing here. Hey, Deplorable. Good morning. And the missus says, good morning to you, Deplorable. Love the flags. God bless America. And glad to see you. Deplorable coming in from Bradford, Pennsylvania, the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. Glad to have you here. And I hope all's well with you. I hope your week's going well. And we're just seeing what this one is about. So, oh, and Farmer's here. Where did Farmer come in? Did he sneak in here? I just saw that. He's saying good morning. Where did you sneak in, Farmer? Where did you sneak in? Farmer saying good morning, everyone, and Deplorable. And Deplorable said good morning, Patriots. Okay, and the missus says good morning to you, Farmer, coming in from Virginia. Glad to have you here. And Deplorable says good morning to the missus and to Farmer and everybody else. Yeah, good to have you guys here, both on Rumble. Again, Farmer is from Virginia, the Commonwealth of Virginia, and Deplorable is from the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania in Bradford, Pennsylvania. Here, and it's about if you go out to Olean, which is about 3 hours from where I'm at here on the southern tier. That's where the University of St. Bonaventure's. Is that us?
Greater Valley.
Okay, ambulance going by. But if you go to Olean, New York, which where the great University of St. Bonaventure's is at, and you go across the Pennsylvania line, he's a little west there as far as that goes. And the Farmer says good morning to the missus also. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Appreciate that. We're just checking out this article. I don't know if this video is going to go into the chief, but let's go ahead and play this to see what it says.
Dave's company just scored the Comcast.
Gotta get through the commercial first. Let's get through the commercial first. I keep on forgetting. They put commercials now at the beginning, so we'll mute that, and then okay, we can skip it now. Okay, this does go to the. Okay, so they do. We'll have to. There must be an article or video about the fire chief we just talked about. But let's bring this up. This is. I guess we're always interested in the courts here of the various towns because we have friends that work in various courts here in Tioga County and such. So let me bring this back up. And this is from this is weird because Vestal Town Court is moving to the village of Johnson City. I don't know if that's a consolidation or what, but we're going to check and see what they have to say about it here on WBNG. So here we go.
He spent the weekend mourning the loss of a lifelong firefighter that made a difference in the department. 12 News' Daniel Curran caught up with the department.
Okay, this is about the fire chief that we just talked about on WEBO. So I'll have to read I think they just have this video, and we'll go here. So we'll give respects to a past fire chief. Here we go.
To learn the impacts of Douglas Rose. Daniel.
Well, that's right, Aaron. Rose began work with the Vestal Fire Department more than 5 decades ago as a teenager. Those still with the department say he worked until the very end.
He was a leader. He had impact in this station, in the department.
That's Alex Zimmer, describing his family friend, mentor, and boss. He and the rest of the Vestal Fire Department are mourning the loss of former Fire Chief Douglas Rose, who died Friday at the age of 66. With more than 50 years spent at the department, he inspired several firefighters, including Shelby Frisbee.
Doug has helped mold me into the officer that I am today, I feel like. He gives you the best words of encouragement in the heat of the moments, which makes it very memorable. You know, hurry up, don't mess around.
Rose began work with the department at age 16 in 1972. He served as the Station 1 fire chief from 2005 through 2023 and the department chief from 2008 through 2010. He also served as an Endicott police officer from 1983 through 2003. Assistant Foreman Sean Fitzpatrick says his constant presence made the department a better place.
He constantly reminded us that all eyes are on us and that we are a volunteer organization and image is everything perception-wise to the public because their taxes pay for us to be here.
Rose leaves behind a legacy that transcends generations in Vestal. Zimmer says his heart was in it until the very end.
When we have a fire call, obviously they have to be documented, our fire reports, and he was taking care of a lot of them. But that just shows how compassionate he was with the fire department, especially with Station 1.
Funeral services for Rose will be held on Saturday, March 28th from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the Vestal United Methodist Church.
Okay, this gentleman right here, and I just remembered a story here when I was getting ready to get out of the United States Air Force. I ended up sending the Vestal Fire Department a resume to see if they had any openings in the fire, because we're going to move back here to the southern tier of upstate New York. This is back in 1997. But I sent the letter out, I think it was 96. Yeah, it was summer of '97. It was a year before I retired from the United States Air Force, and I think I was sending out resumes to the general area. And Vestal Fire Department was one. I thought, I always thought Vestal Fire Department was a paid fire department, and I ended up getting. I think I got the letter back from Chief Rose, but they told me Vestal Fire Department is a volunteer fire department. So if you want to, if you move into Vestal, you can join the fire department. And I thought they were a paid fire department and stuff like that. They didn't have any paid positions and stuff. They do now. They have paid drivers as far as that goes, and and they can afford it because Vestal. That's the missus was up there yesterday shopping. No, she was over in Johnson City. So this article though that concerning the Vestal Town Court. I don't know where the video is on that. I don't think there is a video, but Vestal Town Court will be moving to the village of Johnson City effective Tuesday, March 31st. The new location in Johnson City will be at 31 Ave, second floor suite there. So why is that? The Vestal Court office will remain open during regular business hours, March 23rd through the 27th at 605 Vestal Parkway West. As a reminder, the court office will be closed Monday, March 30th. Contract information, hours, and details will be found in the Town of Vestal website. So they must be consolidating. A lot of communities are doing that. So, okay, so we saw that concerning the fire chief that passed away, as well as the two courts. And let's see what else we have on WBNG. And I don't think there's anything else here as far as what am I seeing? What's this, chicken dinner? No, I'm not seeing anything else on WBNG. And no, that's it. That's it for WBNG. So let's check out WAAL, which is actually the same, other than a few music. Let's see, New George Thorogood live album, and then Foreigner Extends 50th anniversary. I've seen Foreigner on tour before. That's when they put out album Foreigner 4x4, and then they got the article, everything you want to know about the new Happy Meal with K-pop. Okay, let's see. Let's go to channel 5 in Binghamton. What do they got over there? Okay, all other airports have long. Let's go ahead because this is an interest. Is this a video? No, it's not a video, but oh yeah, there is a video. There's no long TSA lines at Binghamton Airport. That's because nobody goes there. Everybody goes up to Syracuse. Let's go ahead and see what this one's about. It's concerning. There's an issue there. We have an issue with TSA not being. They're not getting their paychecks because their department is not funded there on the federal level. Won't go into detail, but let's go ahead and check this one out. Binghamton Airport is a local airport. It's a small airport. I think the runway is only 8,000. I think there's another one. There's an airport out in Elmira, and that's an 8,000. I think it's a 7,000 or 8,000 foot runway there. So okay, let's bring this up and see what this is. That's all you've been hearing about for the last couple of weeks. There's long lines. I think they've gotten up to like 4.5 hours at some airports and stuff. But this is in Binghamton here. Let's go ahead and get rid of that one, and we'll bring up the article here. Oh, hang on. Let's restart it and get the volume on. There we go.
Well, the partial government shutdown affecting the Transportation Security Administration is causing long lines at many major airports across the country. There are no such lines at the Greater Binghamton Airport. That's because BGM, as it's called, does not have any commercial flights. TSA has not been operating a security checkpoint at the airport since Delta made its last flight to Detroit on February 14th. Since then, TSA agents have been reassigned to other regional airports. Just weeks after announcing that it was ceasing operations at BGM, Delta bowed to political pressure and agreed to resume flights this spring. The first flight available by Delta to Detroit takes off on May 7th at 2:27 p.m. for a cost of $447 round trip for the main.
Okay, that's at Binghamton Airport. They have no flights going out of there currently because the carriers just don't want to go out of there and stuff. They used to have flights going from there down to Florida, at least 2 flights, and a flight going to Washington. I've flown out of there going to Detroit. It's basically an airport you take to go to a hub, and so they don't have no long waits because there's no flights. so that's pretty funny as far as that goes. So, but that's an airport that I guess they got one carrier to come. I think Delta to come back in to at least go to from Binghamton to a hub. Most people in this area either go up to Syracuse. For the majority, go up to Syracuse to fly out, or go over to Elmira and fly out, or even Williamsport, Pennsylvania. I've heard of people. I think my in-laws, when they were still alive, they used to fly out of Williamsport, PA. As far as that goes, but Binghamton, it's not really convenient. And let's see, Deplorable says, yeah, the ICE agents are helping TSA right now, and I think there's some indication that at some locations that's alleviating long lines and stuff like that. What I have to, and I'll just mention it here because you brought up ICE there, Farmer, or Deplorable, and Deplorable says, I'm wondering what boss thought that a story about a closed airport TSA line being low was a great. I think, yeah. Is that really news? Yeah, you're closed. You're already told. That there's no long. It's just what was the title? No long TS lanes at Binghamton Airport. Yeah, because there's no flights. They made an article, I guess. Yeah, Deplorable says that the boss thought that story about a closed airport, TS lane, being low was a great idea. Yeah, it's not.
Yeah, where are we going to go from Binghamton? You got to go to a major hub anyway. So
Is that news?
Okay.
No, that's not news. But the ICE agents, I guess what's because I've been following that story, and what whether you like them or don't, we got these politicians down in Washington. And they're saying they're not they're the evil and stuff like that. Yet when President Obama was in office, the current guy that's in charge of the ICE agents and stuff like that, he's the same guy that worked for President Obama. And now they're saying, oh, they're not law enforcement. Yeah, they are law enforcement. They enforce any law enforcement that they enforce laws. They're law enforcement. So to say they're not, you're an idiot. And that's what we have some Congress people. If you hear that, I heard that a couple times in the news. Well, they're not really law enforcement. Yes, they are. They have if you have authorization to arrest somebody, you're part of law enforcement. So I just have to laugh at these Congress people. I don't think I've heard a senator. I've heard a couple Congress people on the Democratic side that are totally against this, but about ICE doing their job. And it's the same job they had to do under President Obama. And President Obama was using ICE to the max. The majority of his deportations for illegal aliens, ICE did that. And the current guy that's in charge now was a guy that was in charge back then. So, this bit about not, it's almost like the people that are saying, oh, we need a, ICE is evil and all that and stuff. It's the same. It's the echoing and different flavor of, but it is the same issue. Those people saying defund the police. Now, I saw an interview with former Mayor de Blasio, who's a Democrat. I think he's sort of leans to the communists, but he was with Bill Maher, And he admitted defunding the police was a wrong thing to go. That's the wrong thing for the Democrats. So there's another Democrat saying, hey, your current game plan is wrong. And Captain Rehab, Tehran goes boom. It does. We got an update there. I haven't heard any news. I haven't looked at I'm waiting for the sitcom briefing. What's going on? Good morning, Captain Rehab. Haven't seen you in a while. Hope you're doing well as far as that goes. Good morning, Rich, and good morning to the missus from Captain Rehab. Captain Rehab. And let's see. Deplorable says those politicians don't know what they're playing a game. Deplorable. They're not stupid. They're just devious, and all they want is attention. Yeah, that's the gameplay. They want attention, and they're not. It's common sense. They're not using common sense. That's what it comes down to. The bottom line, as far as that goes. Not to go in. We're not going to go real into detail, but I have to laugh at when somebody says, "Oh, ICE isn't law enforcement. We need to defund them. They're not law enforcement. They have arrest. They can arrest you." It's just like we have the who are those guys that take care of the wildland? The DC. What do they call those guys? The those guys that they do law enforcement for the wildland fish and stuff. What are they called? Yeah, the DE, Department of the park. They're like a park ranger, but they're in charge of the game and fishing and stuff. They have arrests. They can arrest you if you're doing a crime. It doesn't have to pertain to fishing and stuff, but if they see a crime, they're part of law enforcement. They can arrest you.
In New York, they're part of the state police.
Yeah, they're part of the state police. So for somebody to say that ICE is not part of law enforcement. You're just trying to bring attention to because people will hear that from a congressman or congresswoman or congressperson and say, oh, they know what they're talking about. No, they don't know jack shit as far as that goes. I have to laugh at that. I say, are they really saying that? So let's see. They arrest me for underage drinking years. Yeah, there you go. They're enforcing a law. So they could, they can arrest you for that, or they can arrest you for, if they saw a murder or something like that. They have that authority if the crime has taken place. So ICE is no differently. So this bit about, oh, ICE is evil and they get just as much training as a regular police officer. Anybody that says that, I've I've talked to law enforcement. I used to cross paths with a lot of law enforcement when I was at work. At the day job, okay, where I worked at. So it's just funny as far as that goes. And farmers just laughing. Yeah, it's comical at this point. As far as well, we have to defund. Or we're not going to fund. And the TSA, God bless them and thank you for your service, TSA. You guys are still working without a paycheck. That's something that shouldn't happen in this country. I mean, they tried to put a bill forward in the Senate to tell the Senate, hey, I think it was, it was the senator from West Virginia, I think. He, God, what was his name? I can't think of it. He's got the Southern accent, but he was trying to propose a bill where the Senate wouldn't get paid until TSA got paid. And then you got this nut job senator come in, or maybe it was a congressman. But anyway, the person says the speaker pro says, "Are there any objections?" This person pops in, "I object," and then it took off. As soon as he mentions "I object," that closes the discussion. I'm like, what the hell's going on with that? That's a parliamentary, Robert's Rules of Parliamentary as far as it going back. So I just thought that was comical. It's just come on. I think what the Democrats are doing with this is just like the partial shutdown of that agency. They want to get what they want. They don't have anything else. They don't have a game plan. It's the same thing as what they did when they were trying to they shut down the government the first time. They're trying to blame it on the Republicans. They're trying to blame it on the president, Trump. It's like, no, it's on you guys. And anybody that has common sense will see that. And I think all you guys do for the most part. It's just there's a lot of people, and you probably know. Okay, we're getting off track. Let's get back to the news here. No, it got started with no long TS lines at Binghamton Airport. That's because there's no flights until May. Oh my God. Commies going commie. Yeah, exactly. I agree. There's no common sense. No common sense with those people. Oh, but it's great to be an American. I tell you that. I have no. Let's see. Let's see.
We can bash the government openly.
Yeah, we can bash the government openly there. Oh, here we go. Binghamton University student made it to Broadway. Let's see what this one's about. After we get past the commercial. If there's a commercial, let's see. And yes, thank you for the flag there, Deplorable. God bless America. Yes. Love the American flag on Rumble. Rumble rocks. Okay, let's see. We got this Binghamton University student. Let's bring this up. Get away from that other subject there. Yeah, God bless this country there too. It's a great country to live in despite all the knuckleheads. Okay, let's see what this one is. This is a okay, what happened there? Oh, I got to read. God, I keep on hitting the wrong button. I knock it off. Let's see. Let's go present it again. No, we want this one. And oh, there it is. Okay, Binghamton University. That's a university here in Vestal, New York. Which borders Binghamton, so they call it Binghamton University. Good university. But there's a student that made it to Broadway. Let's see what this is all about.
Well, many dream of performing on Broadway, and for one Binghamton University student, that dream is coming true. Jake Termini, a BFA student in musical theater at Binghamton University, has recently begun performing in the revival of the 1949 play Death of a Salesman. Previews started on March 9th at the Winter Garden Theater in Manhattan. Termini was cast as young Happy in the play. This Broadway debut doesn't just mark a major accomplishment for Termini, but for the Binghamton University Musical Theater program as well. Termini is the first student from the program, which was first introduced to campus in 2022, to make it to the Great White Way. He says that Broadway is the ultimate goal for those pursuing a career in this industry, and that none of this would be possible without the people he has by him.
I couldn't have done it, without the support of Binghamton and the program. And I'm so thankful that I had everyone by my side to sort of guide me and steer me in the right direction. And, I am just an example of, if you put your mind to it and you work hard and you focus on what you need to do, then, you can achieve it.
Jake shares the stage with industry veterans, including Nathan Lane and Laurie Metcalf, and adds that it is great getting to learn from them every day. Death of a Salesman will be playing for a limited run from April 9th through August 9th. For tickets, visit salesmanbroadway.com.
Okay, Death of a Salesman. A great play. I got some comments on it. Oh, hang on. No, we don't want that. Oh, we don't want that. Let's go to local news again. Death of a Salesman, young actor there, getting its start on Broadway. Death of a Salesman, a great movie or a great play. I've seen the Death of a Salesman. That's like you said, an Arthur Miller's Pulitzer Prize winning 1949 play about Willie Loman, an aging, disillusioned traveling salesman gripping with the reality of his American dream and family tragedy. It's a great movie, a great American. If you haven't seen this, there's a movie version of it's an actual play, but movie. Dustin Hoffman, I think he plays Willie Loman in the movie, and it is fantastic. It's a great movie. It talks about the trials and tribulations and stuff like that of American life back during that time of the 40s and 50s and stuff like that, I guess you could say. And Dustin Hoffman, he's fantastic actor. If you could probably watch it on YouTube if you look it up and stuff like that. If you haven't seen it, it's a great American play that I love. It's one of my favorites as far as that goes. And Dustin Hoffman, he was a good actor. He was in what was that one in the 60s, 69 there, as far as he's a good actor, but the Death of the Salesman when he was younger he's spot on. Yeah, he plays a great part. Can't speak enough of it, but and I would love to see this kid play in it. Just to, like I said, if I have a favorite play, it's going to be Death of a Salesman because it's really it's intriguing as far as that goes. Okay, let's see what else we have on Channel 5. And I'm still laughing at that. No long TSA lines at Binghamton Airport. There's no planes. There's no plane. Let's go to Elmira. Let's see what's happening out in Elmira for the local news out there as far as that goes. But that's just interesting. Here's a kid from Binghamton University. He's on Broadway, and he's got the starring role in Death of a Salesman. We got a new fire chief sworn in at Elmira. Let's go see what this is about. Oh, what's going on here? What's that? Let's see. Let's bring up the video. We got a new fire chief for the Elmira Fire Department. Let's see. I knocked that one out. Okay, let's bring it back up again here. I keep on hitting this shut down. I want to keep the present up. Okay, there it is. We're back up again. So here it is, the Elmira. This is off of WENY. Again, no full disclosure. I have no affiliation with any of these news websites that we're presenting here. And I'm just a consumer. And this is out there in Elmira, New York, which is about a 25, 30-minute drive to the west of where I'm at here in Tioga County. So here we go.
Well, the new chief for the Elmira Fire Department was sworn in today. Timothy Overly is the new chief there. He most recently served as the apparatus operator and an EMT with the Big Flats Fire Department. Also worked as a state fire instructor, and he's been the deputy fire coordinator for Chemung County since May of 2025. And he's no stranger to Elmira Fire. He retired as deputy chief in August 2022 after 27 years of service. He said after he entered retirement, it wasn't for him. And then when the opportunity to be chief opened up, he applied.
Yeah, I'm very excited about the opportunity to do this. It's the culmination of a career that I started as a volunteer over 40 years ago. So it's kind of come full circle. I'm back to where I started as a career firefighter, and I'm excited to continue that.
So congratulations to Chief Timothy Overly, new fire chief of Elmira Fire Department. And that's good. 40 years. Good for you, Chief. And he come full circle. He started as a firefighter, worked at the various different jobs as a firefighter, coordinator, inspector, and all that. He retired, but coming out of retirement, had an opportunity to come back as a fire chief. I'd do that if I had an opportunity, as far as that goes. So I wish him well. Brand new fire chief in Elmira. Okay. Yeah, that's cool. Cool stuff. I like the fire stuff there. Okay, let's see. And that's on WENY. We haven't been getting too many articles from WENY to present here on the let's see, what else do we got? And that is about it. 22nd. When's the 22nd? I think we talked about that one, about the maple. Alrighty, let's see. Let's go to channel 18, which is out there in Elmira. WETM, full disclosure. They talk about the fire chief. We already seen one. Let's go ahead and see that. Let's see what we got here. Is that going to start? Yeah, let's go. We got another article, another video about the fire chief here. Let's go ahead and bring this one up. And let's see how does that look like. Let's see. There we go. Let's go ahead and take that out, and let's go ahead and start this one.
The city of Elmira's new fire chief is now on the job. Tim Overly took the oath of office today. He was officially hired last week. Overly has 27 years of experience with the Elmira Fire Department. He previously served as deputy chief. Chief Andrew Mallow retired last Friday. If you like giving back to people around our area, you'll want to listen up. Mike Fetke was an investor.
Okay. That was a short one. Okay. Thank you, WETM, about the fire chief there. Skipped over. So I hit the wrong button. Let's see. Do we have anything else? Pennsylvania lawmakers pass a bill to raise minimum wage there in Pennsylvania. Deplorable.
Jesus.
What's that one about? Let's see.
About raising the minimum wage, right?
No, what are they raising it? Okay, the state minimum wage from $7.25 an hour to $11 an hour starting January 1st, 2027. The minimum wage would then increase to $13 an hour in 2028 and $15 an hour in 2029. There's places already doing $15 an hour. So,
New York State.
And deplorable, who is a resident of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, says we don't want it. Probably increase your taxes, right?
Must be he doesn't work at McDonald's.
No. But I don't know. I don't know if that businesses are going to pay hopefully a fair wage, but most cases they don't. Let's see what else we have here. We had new fire chief. We're not going to go there again. Okay. It increases everything. Exactly. It increase. Yeah, we got, things are off the hook now as far as
small businesses closed.
Yeah, the businesses are closing. We've highlighted that here on this show as far as that goes on this broadcast. Okay, let's go to Penny Saver. Nothing on the Penny Saver. WKGB. Ford recalls 254,000 vehicles due to software issue. Yeah. Popular food chain closes more stores. What's this one? Popeyes. Oh, Popeyes is closing their. Oh, wow. We have one in Binghamton. There's a Popeyes in Binghamton. And Farmer says they did that crap here too and killed a good deal of small businesses. That's in Virginia. Okay. Now they're addressing taxes to finish us off with what's left. Yeah, with your governor down there. Hopefully that won't happen, but I know that may be wishful thinking at this point. And let's see. So Popeyes is a major franchise operator for hundreds of Popeyes locations will close more locations, and its ongoing Chapter 11 bankruptcy, according to a March 10th filing. So
Chick-fil-A is taking over.
Yeah, probably that's what it is. Chick-fil-A is taking over and stuff. Let's see. And Deplorable says to Farmer, exactly. It has nothing to do with paying the people. Only kill small businesses. Yeah. As far as, and they said Walmart was going to kill small businesses. No, it enhances small businesses, I think.
No, it doesn't.
And Deplorable agreed. You don't think so? The way when Walmart came online, they thought that it was going to be a small business killer. But you look at all the businesses.
Downtown areas have a lot of small.
Well,
businesses.
downtown, yeah.
The thing is, a lot of small businesses don't have what you want or need on a daily basis.
Right. Okay, let's see. So that's KGB, KISS 104.1, same as WNBF. They still got everything you need to know about McDonald's new K-pop. K-pop. Jeez. Let's go to Spectrum. Spectrum News. Let's see. I'm not seeing anything on Spectrum. Let's see. Let's go to latest around the state. What do we got around the state? God, that crash. Pictures of the crashes. That's horrendous.
You see the in motion picture?
Yes, I saw that the other day.
Did you?
Yeah. It's not.
So the truck didn't stall; it was actively crossing.
So that goes to say they weren't listening to the radio, and
Total breakdown of communication and
that picture right there. It tells it tells the story that the firefighters weren't paying attention to the radio. They'll confirm that, but the thing is, you look at where it was at. It was right at the end of it was off the taxiway onto the entranceway ramp and it was right at the corner there. So it was like it, and it didn't have a transponder on it. I
gave them clearance when that shouldn't have been clearance.
What's that?
One of the two patrollers on duty.
But they gave him clearance. That's the thing.
They gave him clearance. That's what I'm saying.
But
they shouldn't have.
But I'm really surprised at the firefighters. When you cross a street, you look both ways. And if an aircraft is on the deck and you've been working at the airport, I wouldn't cross, even if I got authorization. You're looking.
No, don't you look and make sure nothing's.
Yeah, you do.
I have total faith in those controllers.
Yeah, that's what I did for 20 years when I was in the Air Force. When you cross over, you look both ways.
I know.
But I'm just saying, it just that the instant it was like when they're trying to tell them no, it was like 3 seconds before the hit, as far as that goes. So, let's see. And let's see, deplorable backing up. Walmart destroyed so many small businesses here. Oh, did they when it opened? Really? Okay, so okay, there's an instance. I didn't really see it at the Walmarts up around here. I just saw a lot more businesses going around there. Deplorable. So that's a good perspective there. And on the radio, the guy said that's just one small part. I guess in the beginning of the broadcast, I mentioned about safety. If you this goes back to my Air Force days when we had briefings on safety. If you look at an incident, you have slices of Swiss cheese, and when you put them there, they don't a block of Swiss cheese. There's no hole that goes directly through. But if you slice a slice of cheese and you take the slices as human error, another slice is mechanical area, the third slice is environment, and you move those. And once those they're constantly moving. When those slices of Swiss cheese, when a hole lines up, that's when you're going to have an incident. In this case, the slices of Swiss cheese, the hole lined up, and you're going to have a major incident as far as that goes. I know, and that's just one of the things. It's not all on the. This is my opinion. It's not all on the air traffic controller. I heard that comment too. The fact is, we live in a modern world. Why didn't it have a transponder on that vehicle? And that was a crash vehicle. I'm very familiar with that crash truck. They were on a crash truck. And Farmer says, "Due regard." Yeah. And Deplorable says, "Accident happens though. I blame the ladies of the View." Yeah.
It's true. Yeah. Everything's their fault.
No argument there, Deplorable. No.
They're wackadoodles.
Yeah, they are wackadoodles. Yeah, no argument there. I think I agree with that, Deplorable. Jokingly, it's like that's a good. I like that one. Oh, that's better than Greg Gutfield on his show, or as far as it goes. And Deplorable says, yes, it was them. Exactly. Oh, that's good. Oh, that's good. Okay, let's see here. Where did I see that? Where did I see that? That was on. Oh, that was on Spectrum News. We're up to Spectrum News. That was an article on Spectrum News. And let's see, what else we have? All they can do is learn from the mistakes and make sure it doesn't happen again. For God's sake, it's just that's just a tragedy that shouldn't have happened. And I know that because I've been where the firefighters that were driving that truck. I've been in that environment, and that's the thing. When I saw that, just when I had the discussion here with the missus, that why they weren't looking, they couldn't see that aircraft. It wasn't foggy or anything, so I don't know. It's just all right. Let's go up to Buffalo's Country 106.5 WYRK. Any articles there? Let's see. They're talking about we're the best. Let's see. Open letter, Sabres. You better be at play. Oh, Sabres they're all excited about the Sabres, the Buffalo Sabres. Let's see. BLK, same as the other channel. They're all excited about Buffalo Sabres. They're going to probably make the playoffs. That's good. They're just racking it up. And they're saying the same thing. Sabres return home for another very successful road trip. Yeah, they're eating it up. They're winning. This is on WGR 550 Sports Radio up there in the Buffalo area, Niagara area, and I have no affiliation with them. So let's see what else we got here. And we did sports, so I guess we are at the end of the broadcast here, folks. What do we got? 2 hours? Yeah, we're at the end of the broadcast. Let's see, studio, and we'll put the our national day today. I said at the beginning, you guys may not have been here. Is hashtag what the hell was it? Hashtag Tolkien Reading Day. So read something from Tolkien Reading Day is a favorite among. He's my favorite author. I've got this book here I've had for a number of years. It's called Tolkien Trivia, and I'll just read a couple lines here. The first one we had not long after J.R.R. Tolkien's 4th birthday, something happened that changed his life. What was it? And it was on February 15th, 1896, while the rest of the family was in England. Arthur Tolkien, who was J.R.R. Tolkien's father, was he died down there in South Africa, or in Africa. His mother made the decision not to return to Africa. They moved to the family in Birmingham area, and that's where he grew up. At what age did Tolkien become an orphan? He became an orphan. It was back, let's see, that was 1896. So 8 years later, it was he was only 12 when Mabel Tolkien, his mother, passed away, October 1904, leaving him and his young brother, Hilary. His brother's name was Hilary, as orphans. And so that's something about Tolkien's early childhood, as far as that goes. Let's see, on Tolkien's 21st birthday, Tolkien, because today's Tolkien. No, it's not Tolkien's birthday. It's just a date. He was born on January 3rd, 1892. On J.R.R. Tolkien's 21st birthday, Tolkien comprised a fateful letter. What was the content of the missive, and whom was he writing to? And the answer to that, I know you don't know, so I'm just going to go right to the answer. There's a lot of interesting facts about J.R.R. Tolkien. He's my favorite author. After Tolkien's guardian, Father Francis Morgan, learned of the clandestine cycling trip, he forbid his charge from communicating with Brat. I guess that was his friend, until he turned 21, 3 years hence. Tolkien obeyed. Okay. Tolkien obeyed, but he didn't wait 1 minute. At the stroke of midnight, January 3rd, 1913, when he turned 21, he penned a letter to his friend Brett asking, this was his wife, Brat. I thought it was a guy. It was his wife, for her hand. Okay, so the Father Francis Morgan told him not to see this girl until he turned 21. So 1 minute afterwards, and yes, it was them. Okay, I saw that. Yes, it was them. I'm catching up on the comments here. And then Deplorable says, I only read on the toilet. Okay. So read some Tolkien on the toilet. Brother named Hillary. Is Bill married to him? The pilot. The plot thickens. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, okay. And Farmer saying, laughing at Deplorable. Let's see, but Tolkien obeyed, but he didn't wait until 1 minute. It was January 3rd, 1913. He penned a letter to Brat, that's his wife to be, and asked for a hand. She responded that she was engaged to another man, but Tolkien, as persistent as he was patient, quickly convinced her to accept him instead of the person. So that's pretty interesting. How did Tolkien view World War I? Now, World War I for Tolkien, if you look at the parallels in his trilogy, Lord of the Rings online, or no, Lord of the Rings, the Hobbit, Lord of the Rings trilogy, Return of the King, Two Towers, and the Return and all that. It ran parallel in a sense to World War I, preferably from a distance, while thousands of his Oxford counterparts, compatriots, volunteered for the war to end all wars. The peaceful author lingered in Exeter College studying Anglo-Saxon language. Finally, June 1915, after he graduated, he joined the Lancasters Fusiliers, which is a battalion. What great battle did he witness in World War II? Tolkien survived the Somme, with 50,000 British soldiers were killed or wounded in a single day in World War I. He finished war without a single wound, medaled, or promoted. Nevertheless, the courage of common English soldiers left a deep imprint on him for the remainder of his life, and it inspired him, or was an influence on his writings. Later, he confided that all but one of his friends of that time had died during the Great War. So, interesting stuff about J.R.R. Tolkien. And I'm just reading this because today is Tolkien Reading Day, as far as that goes. So this is a good book. This book I read completely through back on Periscope. I would come online, and for like 30 minutes, I would read like 3 or 4 pages and talk about Tolkien. Tolkien's one of and this is a very good book. Tells a lot about J.R.R. Tolkien, who is, like I said, my favorite author, and then Mark Twain is my second author that I do enjoy. Great American author. I just remember when I read Hobbit for the first time. I think I was in 5th or 6th grade. I'm thinking, what's this Hobbit going down in a hole? What is all that about? And I said, I did not like it. It wasn't until I came into when I first went into service, I'm at my first duty station. Unless you like listen to the radio all day, there was no TV because I didn't know Italian, so it was Italian black and white TV at the fire station. They had 4 hours of closed circuit video on Armed Forces TV that was piped into the barracks. That if you watched the 4 hours in the morning, you saw the four hours in the afternoon or in the evening. So I got to read, and when I went to Stars and Stripes bookstore, there was the Hobbit with the trilogy. I said, let me read this, and I never put it down. It just let's see. Big Juice. Hey, now Rich, I know I'm late. 100 years ago today. No, you can watch it on the replay. I don't do redos. And then let's see. Tolkien said Tolkien was a homewrecker. He was. Oh, when his wife was proposed. He had to wait till he was 21, but when he asked her, she was already engaged to another person. So So she must have, because she probably wondered, oh, he just blew me off. So she's going to marry the first guy that came along and stuff. Home record and J.R. Tolkien. He was happily married for a number of years there too. So, and Big Juice, I'm with Big Juice. Hey, 100 years ago today, am I late? Oh, God, I tell you guys, the things I do for you. We're going to do 100 years ago one more time. I got two people, so if I get two people, I have to do it. Let's do 100 years ago, and we'll end with that, okay? Let's see, Fox 40. You convinced me. You're lucky, Big Juice. You have Wandering Australian in. No problem, Wandering Australia. Let me set it up here. Stand by. It's a pretty good one too. Let's go ahead and bring it up here. We're going to do one at the request of two chatters. Wandering Australia, thank you for being here, and Big Juice, who's Wandering Australia, of course, coming in from Australia, Brisbane, Australia, and Big Juice coming in from the Buckeye State of Ohio. Let's bring this up here. Okay, I'm getting it set up. It takes just a minute to get set up here, so stand by, and we'll catch up with the comments here. And let me look at the comments here. Where are we at? We're over here. And Deplorable says, I'll third it. Okay, we have a third it. Okay. Deplorable says he missed it too. Okay, Deplorable. Okay, you guys missed it. I'll bring it back up. And Farmer says, I missed it too. Okay, we got 4 people. Okay. I'm not going to do this that often, guys. Okay. I'm in good spirits today. You have a popular segment on your show. Oh, you guys like that segment? Okay. And good stuff. Good stuff, Deplorable. Okay. And Wandering Australia's laughing. Okay, guys, you convinced me. Okay, let's go ahead and let me turn the scroll thing off here, and the banner, and we'll bring it up one more time for the guys. And it's a good one. There's some good takes on this one. There's a big fire, and let's see, where is it? Hang on. Okay, there we go. There it is. There's the lady there. Okay, let's go ahead and play this and get it going. Turn that off.
One of the worst fires in Binghamton history. Broome County historian Roger Luther explains this story and more in tonight's 100 Years Ago Today, brought to you by AVRE.
100 years ago today, one of the worst fires in years broke out in the basement of the Binghamton Eagles clubhouse on Washington Street early this morning. Fire spread fast and destroyed the upper floors of the building before it was finally put out. Binghamton's chief of police reported today that he has received several calls lately from women of this city complaining that their husbands and sons are going to places where gambling is permitted. A Murray Street mother of 3 children was caught by police yesterday stealing coal from the railroad yards. She pleaded guilty to taking 40 cents worth of coal and was sentenced to 15 days in the Broome County Jail. And finally, police raided an establishment at Sherman Place Saturday night, arrested the proprietor for operating a disorderly house. That was the news, March 23rd, 1926.
All right. Thank you, Roger Luther, as far as that goes. And there's some funny ones in there. There's, what is it? Let me get to it here. The fire, the one thing they did, nobody was hurt in the fire. There was a big fire. So most of the structures back there burned to the ground. It was wooden. Binghamton Fire Chief reported that received several calls later from a woman of the city complaining that their husbands and sons were going to a place of gambling. Well, it wasn't. She thought it was permitted. It was, but the mother that stole the coal, I looked it up. The 40 cents that she She stole 40 cents worth of coal. By today's worth, that would have been $7.35. She probably needed the coal to keep warm, but she was sentenced for 15 days in the jail. I think that was a little harsh. But the last one, police raided an establishment, Sherman's Place, that's probably in Binghamton somewhere, Binghamton, New York, on a Saturday night, and arrested the proprietor for opening a disorderly house. Now, what is a disorderly house? What would you figure is a disorderly house? The first thing that comes to mind is a house of ill repute. You know, the ladies of the night are working there, as far as that goes. And Wandering Australia says, I thought the copper was going to say that he was getting calls from the ladies asking for a date. No, she was complaining about her was it her husbands and what did she was complaining about her husbands and sons going to places of gambling, which was probably illegal back then. And then Wandering Australia, 15 days in jail. She probably needed the coal, for God's sake. Have a little compassion. And let's see, Farmer says, bet she was warm and yeah, she probably was warm. Yeah, that's probably why she went. Yeah. And poor kids, yeah. And Big Jew says she gets as walking down the railroad tracks and put some coal in her bucket, maybe, yeah. And Wandering Australia, thanks for the replay. That was a good one. Yeah, that was a good one. It's a good one. And she could have been walking down the trail. Yeah. The coal that fell off. But see, it falls out, the property that it fell on, that's railroad property. So you're technically still, even though it fell out, it's on railroad property. So the railroad tracks, that railroad owns all that property where the railroad tracks are. So it's technically, I guess back then it was considered stealing. So there we go. We had the replay. I'm glad that you guys appreciated that. So, I'm not going to do that too often, guys. Don't expect it. But we've been on for 2 hours and 21 minutes. Let's see. Friday, we're going to, and Wandering Australia. Thank you, Wandering Australia. You're welcome. Thank you very much. Friday, we're going to, I'm going to probably, just as a reminder, get here early, okay? Well, it's Friday, so I don't really care. We're going to, especially Farmer and Deplorable, they're the experts on Oregon Trail. We're going to do an Oregon Trail on the Commodore over here Friday, okay? That's a Friday thing we're going to do at the end of the broadcast, okay? So I'll have it at the end of the broadcast. So if you're not here the first half, just like we did 100 years ago on this Wednesday, which I'm not going to do all the time, guys, okay? I hit that 2 hour mark. I have to get my day started here, and I got to go out and get ready and go out for a walk because the temperature, it's 28, so it's not windy out. So I'm going to take a walk around the golf course. I rode the bicycle yesterday. Deplorable said I made it less than a mile. Okay. And Big Juice says, oh, nice, Friday. I'll write that on my calendar now. Okay. It's not that important. Just remember, and Farmer says lots of laugh. Experts is getting killed. Yeah. We had fun last Friday. Have a great day, everyone, and as always, thanks for. You're welcome, Deplorable or Dark Farmer. Thank you, Farmer. And we're going to go ahead and exit stage left here. I want to say thank you to Tina, our Jersey girl. She's feeling a little bit better for you guys if you weren't in here. She saw the doctor yesterday. She's feeling better as far as that goes. So thank you, Tina, for being here. Thank you. Oh, that was somebody we had to get rid of off of Rumble. Thank you, Deplorable, coming in from, Tina's coming in from Jersey. She's our Jersey girl from Central Jersey. Deplorable coming in from Bradford, Pennsylvania. Thank you, Deplorable. Farmer coming in from Virginia. Thank you for Farmer. You both you guys have a great day. Captain Rehab was here. He made a presence. Thank you, Captain Rehab, coming in from the city of Philadelphia. We'll see you. Have a great Wednesday here, halfway through the week here. And I think we had Big Juice coming in from the Buckeye State of Ohio, a great state there. And we had Wandering Australia from Australia, which in Brisbane right now it's 10:14 p.m. 72 degrees Fahrenheit, cloudy skies with a little clearing. So he's in his late evening there. Thank you, Wandering Australia. Always great seeing you here, mate, and appreciate it. And let's see, and that's about it. So, and like I said, Farmer says experts. That's funny. Yeah, you guys are the experts. You're the ones that got me to download the game. But we'll play that Friday at the end of the broadcast here. But Deplorable saying, have a great day, everyone. Love the flags. God bless America. Love the flags on the Rumble. Rumble rocks. And the Wandering Australians say, hooroo, everyone. I guess hooroo is Australian for see y'all later. And I am Rich Roberts at Fireman Rich, wishing you all well. For those that were in the chat, thank you very much. Greatly appreciate it all. You all did great. Thank you very much. Great having you in there. I love the interaction that we have in the chat. And as far as that goes, that's you guys are part of the broadcast, and I do appreciate that. So thank you for that. And let's see. I'm like I said, Rich Roberts here at Fireman Rich here on Rumble, at Fireman Rich over on X is my mainstay for posting on these social media feeds. I'm on a host of others. Just Google at Fireman Rich and you'll see where else I'm at. And I'm also we repurpose the audio, so I'm over on Spotify through at Fireman Rich on Spotify, at Fireman Rich on Spotify. And we love you, Rich. Now get outside before the rain. No, is there rain? No, we're not supposed to get rain until tomorrow evening, I guess. That's what's on the forecast, unless it changes and stuff. So, but thank you, Big Juice. You have a great one and all. And if you're watching this, and you weren't in the chat, but you were watching the live, thank you very much. And the people watching the replay, thank you very much. Greatly appreciate it also. So you all have a great one wherever you may be on this blue marble. Rich Roberts at Fireman Rich again, wishing you all well. You have a great day. And live life, have fun. Ciao for now. As always, peace and take care. And we are out of here, folks. Ciao for now.